All right, Project One, baby. We're making Game Genie codes for George Foreman's knockout boxing. With my cheats, you will be the heavyweight champion in world record time. I'm telling you. No, I wasn't kidding. I became champion in world record time. But yeah, I'm going to showcase some of the cheats that I made, and then I'm going to walk you through how to do one of them. So let's jump straight into this. All right, so some of the cheats I got here are unlimited match time. That's actually going to be the one that we're going to go through later. It's one of the easiest ones to do. We have the bad guy starts at 1 health every time, so just one punch and he's down. This is like a four-parter. All four of these got to be activated or else it's not going to work properly. Then there's multiple Superman punches, so you build your way up to like this big Superman punch. You could start with multiple. If this one's on, every time you use one, it'll just give you another one. So basically unlimited Superman punches. This one starts you at the last level here. And yeah, that's pretty much all of them. So I guess we'll go through it one by one. All right, so let's see. The first one here is 1 health. So the bad guy is going to have 1 health. The only drawback is you start with less health, because what I realized is it's like a shared memory address between your health and the bad guy's health. So I manipulated one of the registers, so when they're filling up health, it's going to be a different register filling up the health. It's hard to explain, it's nonsense, but it works. That's all that matters. But yeah, I'm just able to breeze through the levels here. Who wants it next? Tony Tornado? You can have it next. Yeah, that's right. Sit down, bro. Too easy. He still wants it. Yo, he's done. That's it. So for this one, the Superman punches, I like to keep both of them on at the same time because it kind of gives the illusion that you have unlimited punches, even though you don't. It's kind of just stacking another punch onto a set amount. So let's look at this one here. I think I binded it to F key. See at the bottom, you already have like a bunch. And they're just not going down. They're supposed to basically just mash and punch this guy's face in. So real quick, I took off the multiple Superman punches just to kind of show you. I'm going to build my way up to like one of them. And then every time I use one, it's just going to fill up because it keeps adding one. So just button mash this guy real quick. So there's my first one. If I use it, 2, 3, 4, and I just keep getting them. They never go away. Alright, and then this cheat here starts you at the last level. Obviously, the last level is going to be the most difficult. So I'm going to set this guy back to 1 health real quick. You know, just speed it up. Right, on the ground. He shouldn't get up, but he does. There you have it. Now you're the champion. Little cool picture at the end. Game over. Alright, so now let me show you the one that we're going to be doing together. Unlimited match time. So the timer just gets stuck at 3 minutes. It's not going to move. All there is to it. We're just messing with the timer. So now let's do what we came here to do, and let's make an unlimited time hack. Alright, so there's a series of steps we got to follow here. First being our RAM search. So we need to look for values that either count up or count down as long as they align with the timer. The second one being find the address that holds the value in the hex editor. So once we find our address in RAM search, we got to go over to our hex editor and we got to find the address that holds that value. After that, we're going to add a write breakpoint on the value. So every time that value gets overwritten, it's going to pause the game and we're able to see what's overwriting the value. So from there, we're going to see which ROM address is overwriting the RAM value in the debugger. And after we get that address, we're going to analyze it and we're going to see what opcodes are making the values change. After we figure out what the opcode does, we're going to change it and we're going to make it do something else so that our time doesn't run out. And then finally, we do what we were waiting to do, and we make a Game Genie code at that address. Alright, so step 1, we need to find the value that we need in RAM search. So we're going to look for something that kind of looks like it's ticking like a timer, or it's moving at the same rate as a timer. So I played with this for a long time. I spent hours doing this. For some reason, the value is greater than, it increases the clock, but in reality, the clock is ticking down. I don't really know how to explain it, but we're just gonna do it that way. So we're gonna do greater than previous value, and we're gonna load into our game. And then every couple of seconds, you just give it a search. Right, and it looks like we narrowed it down to 0347. So we could pause this real quick. If we right click on this, it'll automatically open up the hex editor. So now that we're in here and we're at our address, we could freeze the value and see if that works. And nope, the timer's still ticking down. So another thing you could do, so let's unfreeze this. You can look in that same row or just in that general area, and you could look for other values that are counting down the same way. Right? And look at this one over here. This one seems to be ticking down, so let's try to freeze that one. And look at that, the timer stopped running. So this is the address that we need here. So this looks to be address 0345. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, 0345. So what we could do is unfreeze that. Right, and after we unfreeze that, our next step is going to be to add a right breakpoint. So this is going to open up the debugger. Every time that value gets overwritten, it's going to tell us which ROM address is overwriting the values. Alright, and it looks like the address that is overwriting that value is E3CC. Opcode CE4503. Over to the right here, it tells us exactly what this means. So it's decrementing address 0345, the one we just came from. So what we have to do now is go over to this address, E3CC, and we got to change this opcode to something. What we want to do is make it do nothing. So if we take a look at the 6502 instruction set, if we go to EA, opcode EA on our little table here, we're going to see the NOP, no operation. We can replace our CE with EA, and it's going to make the timer do absolutely nothing. So that's what we want to do. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back over here, and I'm going to go to address E3CC and look for this here. Right, we scroll. E3C, and we can see right here, CE4503. Right over here, we're going to right click on this, create Game Genie code at this address. So what you're going to do here is you're going to put in the address. So for address, you're going to do E3CC. You're going to compare the old value, so CE, and we want it to do NOP, no operation, so we're going to do EA. Add this to our cheat list. We have our Game Genie code. And let's go see if this works here. Reset. Go to my cheats here. This one right here. There it is, it worked. Now you can get rid of this, and your cheat's saved. You never have to worry about a time limit ever again, unless you turn it off. And that's pretty much the whole process on how you make unlimited time in George Foreman's Knockout Boxing. One of the worst video games ever made. Like literally has like the worst NES reviews ever. But with a little time and effort, a little bit of practice, you can become a champion, a world champion like myself, or maybe even someday an undisputed champion, but that takes a lot of time. In the meantime, just keep cracking those opcodes, baby.